Good evening. This is Ken at Tortoise Capital with a review of the daily quiz for February 11th, 2019. So we're looking at Frog Champion EWZ on 1 minute. Frog Champion because it is a reliable frog candidate, meaning it has lots of volume. It's not so strongly correlated to the S&P, which was sideways today. It has exceptional intraday trendiness or directionality as part of its move, and has lots of volatility, and that makes it a perfect candidate for frog trading. And it's a champion because it's exceptional on all those dimensions, but it also swing trades very well, so it's a perfect candidate for core and turbo, or integrated swing and day trading. So let's go through the chart here real quick. 1 through 12 are the different trades, 5 trades we took today, and then 13 through 26 are the standard MACD histogram markups. Now, based on the blank I sent you, I added a few more blue lines as we go through to highlight the collapsing dragon and emerging dragons. I need you to start seeing those with the naked eye. And so as you compare this one to the blank, I've added just a few of these blue lines. So I'm using 25 cents in EWZ as my hybrid frog box. It is my minimum manageable risk box. So I've shaved that frog box down to an area that I can manage without taking more than a 1-hour execution loss. So we get a short position here. It comes down one leg, makes some recovery, does not come through the dragon, and then fails through this belly of the RL10. You notice that the dragon never even flinched. And when it takes out the low of this, we're already more than one execution hour in, so I add a second position. I'm going to call that the collapsing 10. Similar in concept to the collapsing dragon. If that one didn't get you in, then this one should have. I didn't take this one because it was already kind of too close. Gave a nice rundown, rebound. Dragon never flinched. Added a third position here on the collapse below this belly. If you exited here, then you have to re-enter at 3 to be consistent, because we don't even get an owl. Notice that the 30 hardly even budges. So if you don't get to if you get 2 positions, cover, and then re-enter, that's fine. Now I want you to notice after this fail, now it's making higher lows, and now the 30 has started to turn, so we got some conditions in here for an owl. I would almost call this one an owl exit, because now the 30 and the dragon have both rolled up after we've had some RLXDs in here. So there wasn't much more on leg 3. I might have done better on these, but there you are. So number 5 is the next collapsing dragon. So we have an owl failure, and then it fails down below the belly of the RL10. That's like a double bottom in here. You can see by the blue line. That's going to be an important support level. And so we get this next leg. This was a Z3 excursion, and I wanted to get paid. This now becomes an owl entry at 7, so we have an unambiguous move. P1, RLXD, dragon is rolled up, and now the 30 has rolled up. Here's our owl entry and scratch, and then almost immediately a re-entry on the emerging dragon above the RL10 and 30. Hold. Slow getting out of this one. I had some belief on the long side. In the MACD histogram, I felt favorable. But when it broke below the 90 and came all the way through the dragon, I wanted to get paid. I consider this a continuation pattern. You might call that an owl continuation or a P4, but the bottom line is that we've got a successful owl, a swing low that was higher than these lows, pause, and a resumption. Now we got a higher low, and that becomes a pocket entry at 11. If you don't get that one, then you got to get this one here when it crosses the VWAP. And I really like those rising lows. And now the price and the 30 have crossed the Bollinger Band mean. It's crossed the 200 moving average. It's crossed the VWAP, and we ride this, and then on this collapse and the Z3 pinch and a breakdown at 12, and then I was done. I didn't have any more emotional energy left. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. Big win, micro win, scratch, micro win, small win. Not bad. 13. So we have the collapse out of the Red River into the winter. Spring. Spring fails. Spring. Summer. Fall. Winter. Spring. Summer. This is one where this entry is triggered by the rejection of fall and back into the summer. And if you don't get that one, then you should get this one. But then this reversal into the winter. Spring once more. Nice. This is a powerful signal right here to get in. Rejection of fall and rejection of the zero line. Summer, fall, into the winter. That was a nice exit towards lunchtime. Winter, spring, summer. That's nice. If I'd had the energy, I should have taken. I should have, could have. But you can't get them all. Pokemon. Fall, winter, and so on. Now I've added some additional lines for you to study in here as well, if you feel like stopping the tape. And all I've done for study purposes is I've now drawn that line from the different seasonal changes, so you can now get a feeling for what happens in the spring and rejected fall in that period of time here. And in here, notice the difference in the characteristic moves here and here. It's sideways and it's flat, while the spring is slowly improving. There's no angle left to be on the short side, so it was running out of time. By the same token, the spring to summer move before it hits the winter, sharp winter down, spring and summer, that combination. So I like to do this to help me see from MACD histogram exactly what's going on in price action, so I can get a feel for how price action is driving the MACD seasonal. Also all part of trying to get my my intuition and price action reading together. Okay, so that's the quiz for February 11th, 2019, and our Frog Champion EWZ. Take good care.